I'll never reach for hamburger helper again after having the stroganoff. I'm gonna start by prepping all of my ingredients because this meal is literally 90% prep, 10% cook. It's that easy. I'm gonna do about 5 cloves of garlic, a whole yellow onion, and an 8-ounce container of portobello mushrooms. Are you one of those people that's like, that's too much garlic, or are you add a little bit more garlic? Because I'm gonna add a lot more garlic person. If you don't like it, you don't like it. Don't comment on my video telling me, oh my God, that's too much girl, we don't give a fuck. I get comments every time I cook about, oh my God, I would never do that. Girl, then don't follow this recipe. Keep scrolling. Find somebody else's video to watch. If you don't like it, find somebody else that cook it like you like it. You know what I mean? All right, we're just gonna dice this up. You know, it don't have to be too proportionate because I like it a little chunky. You know, we like. And we got our onion, girl. And a lot of people talk about the way that I cut my onion, but I thought that's just the way that you cut an onion. I learned at a young age. You chop it in half, right? You dice down, but you don't cut all the way through, right? And then you come over here to the side. You make 2 incisions. I got my doctor, girl. And then you just chop down. Then you have even proportions. You flip that bitch over and chop again, and you're Gucci. Everything come out uniform. Did y'all not learn that way? When it comes to my mushrooms, I chose to leave the stem on because I'm a fucking weirdo. Not too chunky, but well, fuck it. We just gonna cut them, girl. Cut them how you like them. You know, girl, they just slice. I ain't gonna eat it raw because bitches that eat it raw is nasty. I got this beef sirloin tip steak. You can also make this with tofu, shrimp, chicken, pork. Whatever protein you want to use if you don't like beef is gonna be great either way. I just stacked my beef tip sirloin thin, whatever the fuck that means, so I'm able to cut a bigger quantity all at the same time. Because this meal is literally, like I said, prep and cook. That's it. But we're just gonna slice it into pieces. That's how it should look, you know, just small little slices, you know, and then we're gonna cook this in batches because you want your meat to sear, not steam. And if your pot is too overcrowded, all this meat's gonna steam. It's never gonna get that little char crust. You understand? I'm gonna prep my water for my noodles. So I've just got about 8 cups of water in here. I'm gonna add some salt. I'm gonna start by adding about 2 tablespoons of salted butter into my pan. Once that's nice and melted, we're gonna start laying down a single layer of steak at a time. Remember, we want this stuff to fry and sear. We don't want it to steam, okay? Once you got a nice little generous amount, we're just gonna hit it with a little bit of salt and a little bit of black pepper. And we're gonna let this sear for about 3 minutes until it's seared, and then we're gonna flip it. Once they're flipped, we're gonna continue to let them to cook, and then we're gonna prepare our little ghetto-ass little oil saturation tray. If you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. This is where we're gonna put the meat to set aside before we add it all back in. All right, y'all, it did take me 2 batches to cook. This is the second batch going on, but this is what your steak should look like before you take it off. After you're done cooking the meat, you got this whole pan full of brown goodness. You're gonna add about 2 more tablespoons of butter, let that melt down, and then we're gonna throw in the onions so they can start sauteing. And while they saute, we're gonna make the sauce. For the sauce, we need about 1.5 cups of beef stock. There's our beef stock right there, Dual. And the rest we're going to use to deglaze the pan. You can opt to use white wine to deglaze the pan, but I'm good on that. We need 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. 1, 2, 3. Girl, that reminds me of something back in high school, girl. Oh, my God. And we need 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, but my camera cut out, and I was only using a half a teaspoon or half a tablespoon, so now I got to add another tablespoon of flour, girl. So that would be 1, 2, 3 will be 1.5. That's 2.5. We need another half to make 3, okay? And that's the sauce. So we're gonna whisk this all together. Give this a good old mixy mix. All right, so there's our sauce and cream base. Baby, let's get back to these veggies. Our onions have a nice translucent and brown color on them. We're gonna add our mushrooms in. We're gonna cook those for about 3 minutes, and we're gonna cook those down. Then we'll add the garlic so it's fragrant, and then we'll put it all together. These are sauteing, but I swear if y'all could smell these, oh my God. Oh, we lost one. Oops. Now that this is good and cooked down, we're gonna add in our garlic just to slightly saute until it's fragrant before we add our beef stock to deglaze the whole pan. While the garlic sauteing, we're gonna take our extra white egg noodles. Now that our water's done, we're gonna pour about half a bag in because I'm a single person. I don't need to make a full serving size of this, but I have this stuff for later in case I want to cook it. Not sure what happened to the rest of my video. TikTok, get your shit together. But all I did was add that mixture that we made for the sauce into the meat and the veggies. I plated it with some Brussels sprouts and a ciabatta roll. Listen, this was so easy to make, and that is why you'll